What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with another episode of the Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation Franchise. Week 12 is upon us here as we square off against yet another AFC South division foe, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then after that, we roll into our bye week in week 13. So this season is moving along at a quick pace. I said a couple weeks ago that this was a very key stretch that we had coming up in the season because we have literally been taking on AFC South opponents. And as you can see in week 14 and week 15, that does not change. So far, we are 0-2 in this little AFC South journey that we got going on here. We dropped to the Titans last week, and then we dropped to the Colts the week prior. So this is a really big game for us. And with that being said, since this is a big game, we are at 4-7 so far, so season not lost, but it has not really gone the way that I had hoped. I decided to make a couple pretty big changes. So I did decide to switch to a 4-3 defense. I really like the idea of this generating a bit more of a pass rush, and then we'll also have hopefully some good coverage in the middle with Alan Schmidt and Anthony Barr, our linebackers. If you guys watch this series, you know that middle of the field is always our kryptonite. It's always our Achilles heel, and we haven't really been able to get too many sacks lately. So I just feel like the 4-3 defense makes sense. We'll have Jalen Burnett in there as our defensive tackle. We got Danny Shelton now, but next week, by the time we play our next game, Jalen Burnett will be back healthy. So having Jalen Burnett, Marcus Davenport, and Ndamukong Suh, and then Javon Hargrave as the front four, I really like that. That's a pretty solid, pretty stellar defensive line. So I went ahead and switched to a 4-3. I'm also rocking with Cincinnati's playbook because I noticed they have the 46 defense in there, which is pretty good at stopping the run. And again, if you guys watch this series, you know what running backs do to us. Also, Keegan McGriff, star development. I can't remember if I had revealed that yet or not, but he is star. And of course, we do not know Jalen Burnett and Alan Schmitz yet. Second change I made, and this is probably even bigger, I have decided to start Dom Fitzpatrick. So Tony Pollard, at least for now, we'll see how it goes with these couple of games. He will be our halfback number 2. And our rookie Dom Fitzpatrick will be our starting halfback. I did work Pollard into certain formations and certain sets, so he still will see the field. But, you know, I've been talking about this probably 6 straight episodes. I don't know, maybe even more, but Tony Pollard really hasn't played that well, and I'm not sure if that's due to the offensive line that we have, the schemes that we called. I do not know, but yeah, I want to give our rookie Dom Fitzpatrick some more opportunities. Pollard only averaging 3.3 yards per carry this season. Both running backs have found the end zone 6 times. So I just think it only feels right to give Dom the nod here and at least just see what he can do. We know he is star or better development, so maybe this will get that revealed sooner. Maybe he's superstar. Highly doubt he's X Factor. Probably star, but you know, you never know. So I do want to take a quick look at one contract. If you recall last episode, it's nothing major, but we did try to get our cornerback Javelin Guidry in for depth, and for whatever reason, he was being stingy. I think he just wants more years. So I think that with him being 25, he's good depth at least, if nothing else, to have at cornerback. He does have interest in joining the team. So if we bring him in on a 3-year, $7.5 million deal, he should accept that, which he does. So yay, I guess. Javelin Guidry's still on the team. Only thing I can recall that he's ever done well is have a blocked kick. He did have a blocked kick in the first series. So anyways, enough of that. We are diving in here and we are taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, who we have had their number. We've played them 3 times so far in this series. We beat them twice in the first game. Should have gone to overtime, but I missed a kick. So Trevor Lawrence, of course, still under center. I think that the game plan is going to be to defend the deep pass. They do got some pretty good receivers. They got Christian Kirk, they got Zay Jones, they got Evan Ingram, and they are 6th in the league in passing yards and 5th in total yards. Since we did make a change and have Dom Fitzpatrick starting, why not make run inside the game plan? Just, you know, obviously with that being said, we probably won't try to kick the ball out because that will make the blocking terrible on the outside runs. But we'll maybe give Dom Fitzpatrick a heavy dose of carries on inside zones or something like that and try to give him a little bit of help in that department. Crossing my fingers, hoping everybody's healthy here, because I really feel confident against this Jags game just because of the way that we've played them so far, and we've played them really well, and we are a better team since the last time that we saw them. So Jason Verrett is not going to play this game, so that is pretty big. Our highest rated corner, I thought it was Clinton Dix at first, but it's not. It's Jason Verrett, so that's a pretty big loss. We're already down Javon Hargrave. We're down McCole Hardman. We should have both of those guys back by week 14 to face the Titans, and God knows we're going to need that. Not having Jason Verrett in this game is going to be a pretty big loss here. Upgrade for Alan Schmidt. We're going to upgrade pass coverage because I want to get better, especially going into a 4-3 defense. He does get +2 upgraded to man coverage and 1 to zone. We haven't really called his name too much, but I don't think that he's been on the field. He's definitely not on the field like in our nickel situations. He's only on the field in our base formations, which we don't call too often, depending on the circumstance, but we should know his development trait by the end of the year. And then Ricky Seals-Jones, our tight end number 2, who's been a pretty good option. He's been a pretty reliable option. He's also up for contract as well. And here we see a possession upgrade, gets him up to a 69. Very nice in that category. And he gets a couple upgrades to medium route running, short route running, run block power. I definitely like that. So, every little bit helps. I want to see who we're going to have playing in the absence of Jason Verrett. It might actually be the guy that we just gave a contract to. How ironic would that be? Javelin Guidry. So Keegan McGriff is going to be our starter, Troy Pride, and then yes, Javelin Guidry will see the field in a lot more formations this week. So we just gave him a big contract. You better pay it off, buddy. Season not over by any stretch of the imagination. We're 4-7. Luckily, other than the Titans, our division is not very good, but I would consider this a must-win game. If we lose this game, the best we can possibly finish is 9-8. That's not going to happen. We are away in hostile territory, so let's see what happens here. Without further ado, let's get down to Jacksonville, Duval County, and get ready for the game. So right away, we're going to be able to get a look at this new 4-3 defense here. That looks like Glenn Rabb. I remember him returning the kick. I remember scouting him, the rookie from Louisville, I want to say. Glenn Rabb going to get this to the 23, but we are going to get a look at this defense minus our number 1 corner for this week. He got hurt in practice with a hip pointer, Jason Verrett. So looking at what Trevor Lawrence has done so far this year, 3,000 yards through the air, 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He is a superstar development player in this game, and just like I said in the weekly game plan, the one thing that we don't want to let happen that we know easily could is Trevor Lawrence beating us on like some deep bombs like that. So that's going to be our big focus, is to not let that happen. So Lawrence is going to come out with James Robinson in the backfield. Robinson has a big hole. There's that 4-3 defense that I just talked about. Stopping the run didn't work too well on that opening play, as Keegan McGriff makes the tackle and James Robinson is able to pick up a big one on the opening possession, opening play of the game. I just do not want James Robinson to have some career game. You know, that's happened in several episodes, as you guys know, and that time Anthony Barr is there to get him for only a loss of 1. So 2nd and 9 here. We are going to come out in the nickel, and looks like that was a good decision as Lawrence has 3 wide receivers, but no, he is going to give it to Robinson. Wow. Okay, so I was definitely highly mistaken on that one, as Robinson is already starting out here averaging 10 yards on the ground. Not a good way to start unless you're Doug Peterson. He probably loves it, but I am CJ Smalls and I hate it. So we'll go ahead and show blitz here as James Robinson has gotten all of the touches so far on this drive. Lawrence coming out single back, and now of course he's going to drop back to pass, and that is a catch and a completion to Evan Ingram, but Devin McCourty was right there to wrestle him down. I remember, and I don't know if it was the last time we played the Jags or the time before that. I think it was the time before that. Evan Ingram had a monster game. He had tons of yards through the air. Lawrence was looking his way, seemed like all the time, so don't want to let that happen. So now Lawrence going to come out in a tighter single back formation, again with Robinson behind him. Robinson is going to not get the catch, and wow, that was Traquan Smith, the 5-year man from UCF, had a wide open opportunity there and just kind of bobbled that thing. So lucky break for us as we see the injuries that we were just looking at here. Now, Madden wants me to come out in the nickel, but since they are coming out single back, I think we're going to do 4-3. I like, and looks like this could definitely be a run as Lawrence comes in a jumbo type of set here. So he has, nope, it's going to be a pass. So got to watch tight end Ingram especially, and I called it. I was running with him. Evan Ingram is way faster than our linebackers, who I was using. All right, so not a great start here. Not really liking what I'm seeing too far from our defense. And this is going to be a play. No, I thought it was a play fake. Somehow Robinson gets away. Tried to lay a big hit there with McCourty, but he bounced off James Robinson like he was Derrick Henry or something like that. That was a good play fake there. And Lawrence and his Jacksonville Jaguars are moving this thing down the field with ease to start out. Also noting, he's been in, I want to say he's been in single back this entire time. I can't recall him coming out in anything different. And Jalen Burnett almost got to Lawrence. That's also going to be roughing. Doesn't matter because Zay Jones caught it on the 2-yard line, but it's going to be roughing on Jalen Burnett. I saw that. I couldn't, his momentum, I couldn't stop him. He got good initial pressure there, and I thought that we may actually have a shot on Lawrence, but no, 'twas not to be. And now the Jaguars are on the 1-yard line, so they are knocking. Got to be careful here. Lawrence coming out shotgun. Kind of surprised at that, picking a very odd time to go to shotgun. And wow, Evan Ingram dropped it, but I think it's going to be roughing again.
Personal foul. Roughing the
it is roughing again. Okay, so who was it this time? This time Landon Collins. So got to also watch Evan Ingram here. He could be a target, and it is going to be a pass, and that is going to be a catch, completion, and touchdown by 3rd-string rookie Andrew Singer. I remember him as well, the tight end from Stanford. Didn't call his name, I don't think, in any of the previous contacts, but I will say every single time that Lawrence has completed a good pass like that, we were right there. So our defense is getting a good step, a good initial push on that line. Trevor Lawrence is good. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's definitely, I mean, he's a superstar. Like I said, superstar development. So he's just making better plays. And now it is going to be up to Damon Sanders and Mike Tomlin and the rest of this Austin Armadillos offense to try to answer and try to match the Jags. Last week, we only threw 1 pick, so that's better. We threw 4 against the Colts, so we definitely, some progress was made there. I think Damon Sanders, I haven't went back and watched that episode yet, but I feel like Damon Sanders was kind of a little bit off. I don't think his completion percentage was too high. He does lead the league in yards, but I'm nearly positive that he also leads the league in interceptions as well. I realize a lot of those are definitely me. You know, maybe I'll say Sanders has 8 and I have 8 so far. So we'll see what we can get done here on this opening possession. And that is just a poor accuracy bullet pass by Sanders. What? So that was not a good way to start out. I saw we had, I think it was Jamal Agnew or somebody, one of our receivers there, was starting to break away, but Sanders just really couldn't find him. And got to watch out for Josh Allen there. He's lined up on the left side. He is a right linebacker. And here's Dom. Ooh, look at Dom's speed. Look at Dom's speed getting the edge on the inside zone. As I mentioned in the weekly strategy, we made a run inside our focus, and that time Dom Fitzpatrick picked up 12 on a 2nd and long too. So nice to not have to rely so much on Damon Sanders. If we can have a running back that can pick up the slack on those, 2nd and mediums, stuff like that, that will just be a welcome addition. So now 1st and 10, coming out of single back here. I see Joyner wide open. Obviously, Damon Sanders' favorite target. We know that if you watch this episode. He is now over the 1,000-yard mark for the season. Kind of disappointed that he has only found the end zone twice, though. He's been used more as a pick up the first down, middle of the field kind of guy, and hasn't really found the end zone too much. But that's all right. 2nd and 1 now. We are going to come out with a play fake, and I think we're just going to run this with Sanders, and we are going to slide there. I kind of have went away from that in the last few weeks, focusing on running with Sanders. And I want to get back to that because he had a game earlier in the year where I think he put up like 50 yards on the ground. And he does have good speed. I think he's a scrambler archetype, I want to say. So I want to kind of get back to the focus on that. About 4.5 minutes to go until the end of the first. There is a wide receiver open, Marquez Callaway, who had a great game last week, well over 100 yards, but he did have a fumble that somehow he recovered. And that has been Marquez Callaway's problem so far this year, which is also why I haven't decided to give him a contract extension yet. Okay, 1st and 10 here. We are almost in the red zone. Going to give it back to Dom Fitzpatrick, who has a little bit of space. I kind of cut the wrong way there, but it was still a pickup of 5, so you're not too mad at that. You will certainly take a pickup of 5 every single time. Now we're going to come out in the pistol here and see if anybody can get open. There's Joyner on the block and release, only able to pick up a couple. Actually, no gain, they say. And now we find ourselves in a 3rd and 5. So we can see the blitzers are going to be coming in hot and heavy. So got to get this ball out quickly. We can see that due to Ronnie Stanley's threat detector ability. And that was almost an interception. That was not a good pass by me. I should have hit Bruce Joyner.
Here we are, missing out on everything good in life.
But unfortunately, I did not. I decided to go to Jamal Agnew. I kind of got tunnel vision on that one. Trevor Lawrence getting his guys pumped up. And 4th and 3. Mike Tomlin says go for it. Our coach says go for it. That's our coach. I was probably going to opt for the field goal, but coach says go for it, so I guess we're going to go for it, guys. We will see what happens here. Let's pick this up. This time, Jamal Agnew is going to be the read, and he is wide open. Okay. All right, Mike, I like the aggressiveness. Again, I probably was going to kick a field goal. Not going to lie to you. I was probably going to kick a field goal, but Mike said go for it, and when Mike speaks, I listen to Mike. Now we're going to come out I here. Got to watch Josh Allen, who is now on the right side, which is his true position. We're going to go ahead and give it to Dom Fitzpatrick again. And we could have had, if Johnny Stanton would have kind of set a better block there, a better lead block, I feel like we could have had something there. But a gain of 5 is still okay. Not upset with that. And now it's 2nd and 5, a big 2nd and 5. We're on the 6. We're knocking. We're threatening. Can we pick this up? We got a receiver open. And I don't know. That was supposed to be a bullet pass, but that was not a bullet pass at all. I don't know what the heck Damon Sanders was doing on that one. All right, we're going to have blitzers again. We're coming out empty. Hyper-aggressive play here. Got to be smart. And, ooh, look at Callaway. Look at Marquez Callaway. Yes. Marquez Callaway, he broke on his slant immediately. We had to make a very quick decision. Oh, that was Bobo Wilson. Was it Bobo Wilson? There's no way. Bobo Wilson's jumping into the crowd, but I swear that was number 1. I don't know why Bobo Wilson is getting so hyped. I actually was going to be super happy for my man because you guys know Bobo Wilson Jr. was our MVP last season. So here comes Rohrwasser to try to knot this thing up at 7, which he will, on the perfectly timed kick. And we answer to Jacksonville's opening drive. So that is good. We had a good drive there, had a key 4th down that we had to convert. We converted it. And those are the type of situations that winning teams do. Now he reverts back to his trusty old single back. And he is going to probably give this to Robinson, which he will. And Robinson is shut down there by Anthony Barr, a yard short of the chain. So now it is 3rd and 1. Do we bring out the 46 defense? I feel like if we do that, we might get burned like toast here, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyways. Probably, you know what? I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it. See, I would have said it. I would have been wrong. And Evan Ingram, how did you drop that? Oh my gosh. Is this going to be another game like the Cleveland Browns game? I sure hope so. I would welcome that with open arms because Evan Ingram definitely had a first down there and much more. But he dropped it, and wow, I'm speechless. Look at that nice cut. Ooh, look at Agnew. Look at Jamal Agnew with the moves. Oh my goodness, what a great return. There's your first quarter in the books. We are out passing the Jags. Jags are out rushing us, and we have ourselves a brand new ball game. We're actually not past midfield. We're only on the 40, our own 40, so I was mistaken there. But all right, let's try screen to Fitzpatrick. Can we get Fitzpatrick going in the passing game? That's the question, and not going to be able to do that if he has defenders instantly being in the backfield like that. That was Devon Hamilton, the 4-year Ohio State Buckeye, just must have shed his block right away because he was there instantly. 3rd and 3 here. Got to find a way to pick this up and keep our drive moving. And then, oh, that man Ricky. Look at Ricky Seals-Jones. Got open at the last second. We had pressure coming down there. And Ricky Seals-Jones, he has a contract coming up. Maybe he might just go ahead and be our tight end number 2. Not really sure what the defender was doing there. Devin Lloyd, the middle linebacker, he was running with Ricky Seals-Jones step for step, and then he just kind of stopped. So
what in fuck's name are you doing?
2nd and 10 here. Now we're getting closer and closer to the red zone again, and we'll see if Jamal Agnew can make a play. He does with the aggressive catch. Jamal Agnew, man, in the absence of our number 1 wide receiver, McCole Hardman, Jamal Agnew has stepped up. He has owned that role pretty good. And that was a laser by Damon Sanders and a good aggressive catch there by Jamal Agnew. Now we do see Bobo Wilson in for the first time in quite a while. Interesting. Not sure how I feel about that. And we will just go ahead and give it to Joyner, who does have the edge and couldn't truck that final defender there, but he does get this thing to the 4-yard line. So now we are knocking and threatening to take the lead in this. We're on the 4-yard line here, going to come out shotgun and do another inside zone to Fitzpatrick, who tries to make a cut. Oh, and he lunged forward. Almost had that on the second effort. He lunged forward there. That is one thing I do like about Don Fitzpatrick is he is a power back, so I feel like he's, a little bit better than Tony Pollard in that respect as far as trucking defenders, making people miss, things like that. But now we'll go ahead and bring Pollard in here to try to pick up the short yardage situation. So we'll go ahead and give Pollard the touchdown. Kind of feel sorry for demoting him to that backup role, so maybe we'll go ahead and let him get some touchdowns just to keep his morale up a little bit. Don Fitzpatrick did most of the work there. Pollard polished it off there, and now we find ourselves up on the scoreboard. So after a shaky start, we come back, and now we take the lead, looking to make it 14-7, which we should. That wasn't a great kick, but it was good enough. So good answer. Mike Tomlin clapping it up. I'm also clapping it up. Hope you guys are clapping it up too. I appreciate y'all being here. If you guys are new to this channel, subscribe. If you're willing to, I drop weekly Madden content. I'm also getting ready to start doing weekly Madden franchise content, that is. But I'm also getting ready to start a couple other projects, all Madden related. So, no fear. I'm not going to, bring Among Us up here or, anything like that. No Fortnite. If you're here because you're a Madden fan, it's Madden content. Appreciate you guys being here. Like and subscribe the video if you have not already. So now we see Travis Etienne, the Clemson connection with Lawrence in the backfield, of course. And there is going to be Etienne, but Marcus Davenport was right there. Haven't called Davenport's name in a while. He was beginning of the season, he was showing up big. I remember him having lots of sacks, lots of tackles in the backfield, and haven't really called his name too much as of late. Now Lawrence comes back, single back, and this time the receiver is going to be shorthanded. That is Traquan Smith again. His second catch of the afternoon. That one is good for a gain of about 10, and he moves the chains, bringing this thing to the 41-yard line. Lawrence back in single back, so we'll go ahead and show blitz. Why not? He's been loving this single back formation to start this game. And, ooh, that was Keegan McGriff, who just got burned by Zay Jones. Not Keegan's fault. That is not Keegan's fault. I tried to intercept it and mistimed it badly. As you'll see here on the replay, I should have just wrapped him up or tried to swat it or something. Not going to put that one on Keegan. That one was definitely on me. Unfortunate, as we were just starting to pick up some momentum, and now Jacksonville went ahead and responded, and now we got ourselves a tie ball game. So back and forth affair here. So let's continue to work through Fitzpatrick. I don't want to give up on him yet, and he has the edge. There we go. Nice blocking. I decided to kick that thing out there, which was a good decision. And how about Fitzpatrick starting off 6 for 40? Much better yards per carry average than Tony Pollard. And a wise man once told me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So let's come out I for him here. We got our fullback Johnny Stanton in. And let's see if let's see if Don Fitzpatrick can keep up this good start that he's had. And no, he will not be able to, because the middle linebacker Foye Aluakon was right there, shed his block. Okay, so double teams on Josh Allen, because I see him right there, and I feel like he will completely own Jawan Taylor, so got to be careful. And we got ourselves a 3rd and 10 here, guys, so big situation. There's John Mechie. Oh my gosh, I thought he almost caught that. Tried to fit that into a very tight window, and Mechie almost caught that. But unfortunately, now 4th and 10. They want us to kick a 57-yard field goal. Can we do it? Can we kick a 57-yard field goal? I am going to be quiet here. That might be good. That might be good. Bam, baby. There we go. Easily Justin Rohrwasser's season long. Not sure what his career long is, but that is, wow, 57 yards. That was not easy. We drilled that. So that is a huge W. No deep passes from Lawrence, please. No deep passes from Lawrence. That is the last thing we want. He's got Travis Etienne in the game now. A Clemson connection, and wow, who is guarding him? You got to be kidding me, man. You got to be kidding me. No deep passes from Lawrence, please.
No deep passes from Lawrence, please. No deep passes from Lawrence, please.
Need a kind of slow, methodical drive here, because I want to take this time off the clock and not let Jacksonville get the ball back with too much time, and that's what happens when you bring in Tony Pollard. Okay, 2nd and 12 now here. Screen shaking. Gonna let some of this clock tick down a little bit. We'll see what those 2 deep safeties do. Nothing that I really like, but there's Agnew again. How clutch has he been? How clutch has Jamal Agnew been? And now another offensive lineman goes down. We're going to have tight ends out there pretty soon if we're not careful. Our offensive linemen can't stay healthy. Muscle cramps for Justin Britt. Come on, man. So now 1st and 10 here. We're going to try draw to Fitzpatrick, which Fitzpatrick, oh, shaking, making some nice moves. Look at Fitzpatrick shifting through tacklers there. Fitzpatrick almost at the half-century mark here, and Kenyon Green will not return, so that's not good. But 2nd and 1 here. We'll see what materializes. Marquez Callaway open in the middle of the field, just go down, and not going to call a timeout quite yet. Again, we don't want to give them the ball back with too much time. We want to be a little bit careful here and just let some of this clock tick down. So it's at 34 seconds here. Even that I'm a little scared about, but we'll go ahead and snap this ball here. Here comes Sanders. Oh, look at Agnew. Look at Jamal Agnew, man. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We will call a timeout at the 15-second mark right now. Got to be a little careful here. 1 timeout left. 15 seconds to go. I know I probably shouldn't call a running play, but I feel like it might work. And there's Dom, baby. That's right. Moved into that starting role. Dom Fitzpatrick making a huge impact in this game. And that is exactly how I wanted that drive to go. Score, bleed out the clock, get the ball back after halftime. Head coach CJ Smalls, assistant coach Mike Tomlin's the head coach. I'm the assistant coach. I don't know. I'm the GM. I'm a player. I'm like freaking Jackie Moon off a semi-pro. Owner, player, coach. That's me. All I'm trying to say is we scored, and that drive was good. Okay, so 24-21 going into halftime. Defense hasn't really played too well, but luckily our offense has been firing on all cylinders. 69 rushing yards. I love to see that. That's probably more than what our total is for the whole game on some of these games, and also doing pretty good in the passing yard department too. The only thing that I am going to nitpick on, not even a nitpick, I mean, it's a huge focus, but Trevor Lawrence has just tore us up in the middle of the field. And I'm going to go ahead and stick with run inside. And part of me wants to defend the medium pass, but that also loses linebacker and DB run support. So we'll just keep it. We'll keep it at defend the deep pass. Hopefully our defense can just figure it out. Hopefully we can just freaking score here and just kind of blow this thing wide open, give ourselves a little bit of a cushion, and not really have to worry about it as deeply. All right, so chance to open this thing up here, chance to double dip. Haven't double dipped in a while. I feel like being rude today and not having any manners and just doing all the double dipping I can. I see a receiver open there. That is John Mechie. I almost was going to take off and run with that with Damon, but I did see John Mechie was getting open on that long drag there. Finally, he broke open and just went ahead and set our feet, fired it, and that was a good way to start off this second half. First and 10 here from the 43. We're going to go ahead and come out in this tight single back formation. We're going to send Marquez Callaway in motion, but it is going to be a give to Dom, and Dom has a huge hole wide open in the middle of the field. Yes, that is what I love to see. That was a good pull by our guard there, is what really, sprung that open. But Dom Fitzpatrick, man, doing the thing. Is he our starting running back for the future? I think a lot of that depends on what happens in this game right here. I got to be honest with you. And we are in field goal range, so that's good, but would love to get into the end zone and just break this thing wide open. So let's go ahead and try to do just that. Oh, look at Bruce. Okay, can Bruce fight? Can Bruce get there? No, he can't. Oh, man. Oh, man. So we're going to take the safe option. We're going to take the safe option here and kick the field goal. We're going to take points when points present themselves. I've been on point with these kicks today too. I gotta say, I have been a suspect kicker in some of these episodes, but this one, I've been doing my thing. I got the mojo when it comes to kicking. So I gotta say, I haven't been too impressed with our defense since changing to this 4-3 look. So maybe we change back. I don't know. We got the lead, but that's definitely doing part to our offense. No doubt about that. And that's going to be a give to James Robinson. James Robinson is going to pick up 5. He is 8 for 53, so having a pretty good game in his own right, I would say. And here comes ETN now subbing in for him. So now we're going to have to watch that Clemson connection back there. And Lawrence this time throws it out into the crowd. And we see Jalen Burnett going down.
I swear to God. No! No! No!
So don't do this to me, Madden gods. We're about to get Javon Hargrave back next week, as a matter of fact. And those two, Jalen Burnett, Javon Hargrave, pretty good 1-2 punch. They have not been on the field that much together. All right, so this is it now. Lawrence is coming out empty. So this is our chance to get them off. Oh, it's going to be a run. Get him. No, fumbled it. He fumbled it. Yes, oh my God, it falls right into the hands of Ha-Ha Clinton Dix. What did I say? That is why I took the points, man. That was a designed quarterback run, which I did not expect, by the way. Lawrence had the first down, and he got popped by, I'm not sure who that was. That we'll go back and take a look. That was Landon Collins, who's been a great player for us this year. Landon Collins hit him, and the ball literally, it was almost like an interception, really, because the ball literally popped out. We see Garcia, that's the defensive tackle I signed off the practice squad. He starts it, but Landon Collins is the one that knocks it out, and then that ball just shimmies right into the hand, almost a foot interception by Lawrence, and it goes right into the lap of Clinton Dix. What a play. 5 minutes to go until the fourth quarter. We are knocking on the door here. 2nd and 7. Ball is on the 16-yard line. Sanders is going to drop back, and there's Agnew kind of getting open, but it was a poor read, I guess. I didn't see anything else that I really liked, and the defender was right there to swat that thing away. So now 3rd and 7. What do we do here? This is big. Definitely, if we don't get it, we'll kick a field goal. But let's just not worry about that, and let's get it with Marquez Callaway. Yes, Marquez. All right, trying to earn that contract extension. I would say he's doing a pretty good job in this game. 5 for 71. 1st and goal here. Ball on the 6, and Agnew. There he is, baby. Jamal Agnew. Yes. Bursting this thing wide open. Gonna do the rowboat because he just rode all the way into the end zone. Gently down the turf.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And he is in there, and Austin Armadillos are up big. I love it. Best I've felt in a couple weeks. Doug Peterson, he can't believe it. But you know what, Doug? Get used to the Austin Armadillos. We're in your division, and you are going to have to play us twice a year. And we are going to make darn sure that you do not look forward to any of those games. Now let's go for 2 here to make it a 2-touchdown game. Oh, no one's guarding Mechie there. No one's guarding Mechie on the stick. 35-21. It is now a 2-touchdown game. So Jags would need to score twice and us score nonce in order to tie this thing up. But we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about winning. We're talking about putting the pressure on these Jags. We just had a big turnover. Our defense finally, for the first time all game, showed up. Now we're feeling good about ourselves, and we're not going to talk about anything other than taking this thing to the Jacksonville Jaguars and extending this lead. Come out a little dime blitz here on 1st down. Haven't done that yet this game. Maybe we'll be able to get to Lawrence, and we do! There we go, baby. Troy Pride. Haven't called his name in a minute. He's seeing a little bit more action now due to the injury of Jason Verrett, and that was a big sack. Sent him on the dime blitz there. Proved to be very effective. 3rd and 7, still, 3rd and long territory, absolutely, but definitely more manageable. And let's see our defense show up one more time. I would love to see that. Let me see that. Let me see that. Ooh, Keegan McGriff with the early breakup. He almost had the interception, but our defense does, in fact, step up as we are forcing Logan Cook to come out here and boot this thing away. And let's not stop now. Let's keep pouring it on, baby. Let's keep pouring these points on. Don't let up at all. Jamal Agnew's played great. A lot of other players have played great. Dom Fitzpatrick has played great. Damon Sanders has played great. Everything is just great. 3rd and 7. Wish it was a little bit closer. So maybe we could do inside zone or something like that, but we're going to have to pick this thing up through the air. And Callaway is pretty open, though. Just go down, Marquez. Yes, Marquez Callaway stepping up these last 2 weeks, man. He played great against Tennessee, even though we did lose. He's playing great in this game, and I'm starting to think that we're just going to have to get used to seeing the mug of Marquez Callaway, because I think he might just be earning himself a roster spot, ladies and gentlemen. So here comes Dom again, 1st and 10, and Dom has no blockers, and he fumbled it. Oh my gosh, Damon Sanders of all people, luckily was there to pick it up. That'll, I guess, count as a rush. I wanna make Dom the starter. Please, Dom, let me make you the starter. But if you keep coughing it up, not gonna help your chances, brother. 2nd and 10 here. Gotta watch out. Oh, we got heavy pressure. Oh, I tried to get it to Mechie there, but Damon Sanders was just a little too slow on the lineup. That is Josh Allen. We know about him all too well. Not a lot of plays in the good old playbook here for 2nd and 23, that's for sure. I know one thing is we are going to double team Josh Allen. We may actually get some single coverage there on the left side, depending. We'll have to see. Probably not, but maybe Agnew. Oh, it slipped through his grasp. He actually had it there for a split second. So now we're in the 4th quarter. It is crunch time for the Jags. Yes, indeed, it is. Lawrence going to go ahead and send Christian Kirk in motion, and he is dropping back and looking, and he has a wide. Actually, that's Christian Kirk. The man in motion was Traquan Smith. Actually, I want to say first time that we've called Christian Kirk's name, right? Now we're going to come out in man here. Shotgun trips formation for Lawrence. So got to watch that left side. And Lawrence is running out and scrambling. And there is Traquan Smith. Have called his name a lot. The Jags' third string wide receiver. He's out here looking like he's Michael Thomas or something, or, you know, Mike Evans. We're just calling his name, I feel like, on every drive multiple times. Jags moving a little bit here, guys. I'm not liking this. We got to be careful. Can't let anything crazy happen. That's for sure. Lawrence in the tight shotgun, though. And there is Evan Ingram on the nice drag play. And I've seen this story. I've read this story before. I've done this song and dance. I know what can happen. So if the Jags somehow do score, the next drive from us is going to be crucial. And there's Robinson trying to make that happen. Would love to see another fumble. 2nd and inches. Let's see what Lawrence dials up here. He's coming out single back, of course, with Robinson behind him. And it is going to be a give to Robinson. We were there to meet him and greet him with Denzel Perryman, but not until the sticks were moved. Jags are taking a kind of a lot of time off the clock here, though. And Lawrence empty. Okay, gotta be careful and watch the quarterback run here again. We know he's very capable of doing that, but no, instead it's just going to be an Evan Ingram touchdown. On the out route, we had a linebacker running with him, Anthony Barr, I think it was. Jags keeping this thing close, 35-28 here. It is a shootout, so if you guys like offense, I hope you're having a great time tonight. If you guys like offense, comment offense in the comment section here at the 6 minute 6 second mark of the fourth quarter. I want to see who's all still here rocking with me. If you're still here at this point in the video, comment offense in the comment section below. All right, Damon, what do you got? Can you lead us to the promised land one more time? All we need is one more time. Or maybe just bleed enough of this clock out to not have to worry about it. But can you do it? I believe in you, brother. Or maybe Dom can do it. No, Dom can't do it because freaking Chad Muma. So now 2nd and 10 here. So far, nothing has really happened good for us. There's Joyner. We can't get it to him in time because my least favorite player in the world, Josh Allen, was right there to shut that thing down. And now we are just giving momentum to the Jaguars, man. I told you, I've seen this song before. I've seen this dance before, but there's Callaway. Yes, don't fumble it, please. I came out play action because I feel like that's the last thing they would have expected. And Marquez Callaway over 100 again. Marquez Callaway is keeping it 100 with us these last few weeks, and I am here for it. We are in slow it down mode. Woosa. Take some time off of this clock. Don Fitzpatrick. Oh, he has the edge. Can he make a man miss? He can't. But what a run by Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick close to 100 yards, I might add. And now we have literally zero reason to go away from Fitzpatrick, so we will not do that. Fitzpatrick just not quite fast enough to escape Foye Aluakon, who is there, breathing down his neck, bearing down on him. All right, it's go time, ladies and gents. This is what separates the boys from the men. Winning football teams will convert this and keep the game going. Are we a winning football team? Today we might be. As Don Fitzpatrick, we're going to get him over 100 yards, man. We are going to get him over 100 yards. He just saved the game here. Don Fitzpatrick is a memory card. Yes, he is. That was huge. Needed to convert that, and now we are in a very good place. Flipping this play here, of course, you better believe it. Don Fitzpatrick is the man for the duration of this game, probably, and that might get him to the century mark. He's going to be a yard short because he was at 97, and we just picked up only a gain of 2. And my math tells me that that will put him at 99 yards. Forcing these Jags to use their timeouts, though we are in field goal range, which is nice. So worst case scenario, we'll have that. Oh, and there's Fitzpatrick well over the century mark. There we go. Well over. When's the last time we had a 100-yard rushing game with a running back only? It's been a while. We might even be going back to, I don't know, Houston Texans maybe. Could it be Houston Texans? So I don't know, but we got one today. So Don Fitzpatrick, man, You showed up. Let's go ahead and sub in Pollard. Let him get a couple touches because Dom Fitzpatrick has earned his keep today. All right, Jacksonville can no longer stop the clock here, and I was going to say Dom Fitzpatrick might have almost got in there, but the clock will stop because Devon Hamilton gets injured. It should be a runoff because they're out of timeouts, but I do not think that Madden does that, unfortunately, which they don't. So, all right, Jacksonville's gifted a free timeout, whatever. That's how it goes sometimes. And look at Dom trying to shift, trying to bob, trying to weave. So that's okay, though. We will be able to kick a field goal from the 3-yard line here. And they want us to go for it. Nah, that's not going to happen. That is not accurate. That is not accurate. We are kicking a field goal. There's no reason to go for it here. You kick the field goal. You go up by 3. Make it a 2-score game. Jacksonville has no timeouts left, and that's how you get the victory. And Justin Rohrwasser is perfect. That is going to make it a 10-point game. Jacksonville has no timeouts. They cannot stop the clock. So regardless of what happens, let me choose my words carefully. I think I can go ahead and call this one. I think there will be no poorly edited flashbacks on this one. I'm calling this now. Austin Armadillos improving to 5-7. Come on, just give me one token pick to make those stats look a little bit better, please. We haven't gotten too many picks as of late. Oh, I was almost roughing. I thought it could be roughing, and there we go. It's ha-ha, baby. Ha-ha. Ha-ha. Token pick. Just going to make Lawrence's stats look a little bit worse, but Lawrence has nothing to be ashamed of because he balled out in this game. That one pick, it's not really going to look too bad on his stat sheet. But wow, we can breathe a sigh of relief here. Much needed victory for the Austin Armadillos. Doug Peterson throwing his cup on the ground. That's littering, man. Don't do that. Damon Sanders, no interceptions. Yes. Thank you. Haven't said that in a while either. We got a 100-yard rusher in this game in Dom Fitzpatrick. Defense didn't play very good, but they stepped up when it counted. We did have to force them into a couple of punts. Damon Sanders goes over 300, 2 touchdowns, no picks. That 0 interception is the biggest stat to me in my book, or maybe the second biggest stat. This might be the big one here. Dom Fitzpatrick, 22 carries, $117 on the ground, averaged almost 5.5 per carry, and found the end zone once as well. Damon Sanders, 3 for 16, so didn't get involved as much as I would like. Marquez Callaway showing up, going over the century mark. Traquan Smith for the Jags did as well. Jamal Agnew just continuing to show up big. 95 yards, 1 touchdown. Kind of a quiet game from Bruce Joyner. We've come to expect a lot more from him as of late. Got a couple upgrades here. Ronnie Stanley, our only superstar player. We are going to, I guess, go with power. That will keep him moving on up. I think he changed schemes, or maybe he never was part of the scheme fit. I don't know. +2 to pass block power is nice. Ronnie Stanley has been a great addition. And then William Sherman, our backup left guard, yeah, we'll go to power. But he actually is probably going to be our starting guard because Kenyon Green, I want to say, got hurt. He did get hurt, out 4 weeks. All right, but, you know, as much as that sucks, Javon Hargrave is going to be back next week. McCole Hardman will be back to play against the Tennessee Titans. Jason Verrett will be back. So we're starting to get healthy here. Next week is a bye, and that comes at, we couldn't ask for a better time to have a bye week. So 5-7. Next week for next episode, I may do a short 20-minute episode since it is the bye week. I think it's a good time just to kind of go over season stats, player stats, look at some of the prospects, talk about what our goals are going to be in free agency. If that's something that you guys don't want to see, comment and let me know. I think it would be cool. I really want to do it. It would probably be like a 20-minute video just in the bye week talking about those couple things. I'll plan to do that unless y'all tell me otherwise, then I won't. But anyways, man, I'm going to have myself a good night tonight. I'm in high spirits. Dillo's 5-7. We got the Titans and the Colts. We just played them, and now we got to play them again coming up here pretty soon. But that's going to do it for me tonight. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.